Hello everybody. So in today's video we're going to make focaccia bread. I've never made focaccia bread before, so I wanted to try it. I'm actually making sausage tortellini soup tomorrow, so I'm doing this today for that. This is going to be a 2-day video. So with focaccia bread you need to put it in the refrigerator for minimum 8 hours, up to, this recipe says up to 24 hours. So we're going to do the first half of the recipe in today, and then we'll finish off the recipe tomorrow. Okay, so to start, we have to whisk together in this. I got the dough hook on here. We'll see how well that works. The first 4 ingredients, so water, instant yeast, salt, and flour. And then the rest of it is done tomorrow. So 1 cup of warm water. Don't make it any hotter than 105 degrees. It'll kill the yeast. I've made that mistake many times. Okay, and then we need 1 1/4 teaspoons of instant yeast. 1 1/4. And then we need some salt, 1 teaspoon of salt. We do not need to let the yeast activate. It says to just put it all together. So that's what we're doing. And then we need 2 cups of flour. And then we mix this all together. And it's supposed to form a really sticky dough. It's supposed to be a really sticky texture. Okay, so let's mix this together. I'm just gonna get a spatula here and scrape down the sides a bit, just so that it mixes a little nicer than this. So we're just waiting for this to become a nice sticky texture. It's starting to do that now. There we go. I'm just going to wait for all the flour to be incorporated. Okay, I think we're good. This is nice and sticky. Let me show you. Like a really sticky texture. You can see it sticking to the bottom of the bowl here. That's what it's supposed to be. Okay, so let's pour some olive oil into the bottom of a separate bowl here, and we'll shape this and put it in. So let's take this off. Just going to move this to the side here so it's out of my way. Okay, so I figured a bowl this size would be a little bit easier to fit in my fridge. I did just go grocery shopping, so I don't want to have too much in the fridge. Okay, so I'm just going to coat the bowl. Sometimes when I was going to use a Ziploc, but sometimes I'll put my hand in a Ziploc and do it if I don't want my hands to get oily, but I have to touch this anyway, so I'm just going to use my hands. I like to get it up the side of the bowl. So it's my understanding that this doesn't raise in the fridge. It just needs to sit overnight refrigerated. Like I was saying in the intro, minimum 8 hours, up to 24 hours in the fridge. So it's supposed to be really sticky like this. So far I think we're doing good. So it says to somewhat shape it into a ball and then stick it in. So let me get a cloth here. And then put plastic wrap over it. So I'm gonna drench the ball here in some olive oil just to make sure it doesn't go hard. Okay, now let's put plastic wrap over top. And I'm going to leave this in overnight until tomorrow. And then when I come back, it will be day 2 and we will finish up the focaccia bread. Okay, so it's the next day. And this is the dough coming out of the fridge. So now we just need to shape this into a ball and put it into an 8 to 9 inch pan. This is one of my aluminum pans that I stuck in the dishwasher by accident. That's why it's discolored. Works great still. And we need to let this raise and come to room temperature on the counter for about 2 hours. So I'm just going to form a ball like that and put plastic wrap over it. I'll get some new stuff here. So I'm going to let this raise on the counter for about 2 hours until it fills the pan, and then we'll come back and finish the portion where we add the seasonings and put it in the oven. I just wanted to give you guys a close-up look of the aeration of the dough. Okay, I'll show you when it's done in 2 hours. Okay, so it's pretty risen, so I'm just gonna smush it out. Actually, let me put some olive oil. I'm gonna use rosemary olive oil. This is the one we infused together. Instead of using rosemary flakes, because I don't like the big chunks, so I'm just going to use rosemary oil. I think that would be easier. Okay, now we just need to make some holes like that. Okay, and then we're going to sprinkle some other seasonings on. Let me get a towel. So for the recipe, it does say to sprinkle rosemary, but like I said, that's why I wanted to use the rosemary oil instead. Give it still the rosemary flavor, but not as much of the chunks. So then I'm going to use a little bit of basil. This part you can put whatever you want on it. I'm going to use basil, garlic, and the rosemary olive oil and some salt. Like that. I'll give you a little closer look. Okay, let's put some salt on it. I have my oven preheated to 450 degrees. There we go. And I am going to try and smear a little bit of garlic on. We'll see how this works out though. Actually, I think I'm going to use garlic powder instead. So let's put some garlic powder on. I think that'll just smear a little bit better than the fresh stuff. So and there we go. Just like that. Give you a close-up look. Looks delicious. Okay, so I have my oven preheated to 450 degrees, and this needs to bake for 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm going to bake this, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, so it's finished, so I'm going to take it out. Oh my gosh, that looks so delicious. Look at that. Oh my god, that smells so good. Okay, let's cut a little piece off and we'll try it. Give you a close-up look. Doesn't that look delicious? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so let's cut a little piece. I don't want to cut too big of a piece because this is for dinner. Let's just cut a little side piece here. Oh, it's nice and crunchy. Did you hear that? Still really, really hot. Actually, here, let me put this out on some parchment paper. I think that would be easier. Let me try lifting this out. It's really nice. Okay, let me get a bigger knife. And I'm just going to cut a little chunk off the side here. There we go. Hopefully it has enough seasonings on it. I was scared to put a little too much on. You see the aeration? Hopefully you can see that. That looked beautiful. Nice crisp edges. The bottom's nice and crispy. Okay, let's try it. Mmm. Nice and crispy. That's really good. The rosemary olive oil that I had infused with you guys in a different video, perfect with this. I figured it was the perfect application to use it in. That is so good. Oh my god. I think everybody's gonna love this for dinner. Okay guys, so I need to get ready making the sausage tortellini soup for dinner. That's what we're going to eat this with. And I hope you guys enjoyed making focaccia bread with me. It was my very first time and I'm super impressed with it. I think I'll definitely make it again. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.